All right, now that was a good warm up. We can do
Yes.
it again.
Go. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another great match here on Watchpoint Alpha. We are in round 2 of our tournament now. After seeing every team get a chance to compete, we are now going to be getting ready to start eliminating people from the bracket.
All right, now
Today we have Team Disconnect versus Ramen Renegade, 2 of our most promising teams in this tournament. Both of them 3-0'd their opponents in their last matches, so this is going to be an extremely exciting matchup. My name is Bantoinette, and I'm joined today by TofuOfHell.
How's it going?
Your 2 favorite casters here on this tournament. Best casting duo ever. Sorry, this is a little bit scuffed today. We are doing our damn best. Tantaku is throwing. All right, so we are going to have different matches today. Our maps today are going to be Paris, Kings Row, Ilios, Junkertown, and potentially Lijiang Tower as well. Please note that this is a 1-to-3 matchup, a best of 5, so we may not see all of those maps. But given the fact that both of these teams are incredible and kind of terrifying and play some really crazy comps, not only is this going to be an exciting match, but I think that we have the potential to go to a map 5 here. All right, so I'm ready to go, Tofu. How about you?
I'm ready to go.
So what are some things you're really excited to see in this matchup today?
Both teams have been playing pretty strong anti-goats play, so a lot of bunker comps. Symmetra, May, those are obviously a fun pick to see. Team Disconnect has really strong DPS players. Ramen Renegade, on the other hand, have good strats, solid strats, and I'm pretty excited to see how those will play out against each other.
Yeah, they both have some very interesting compositions that they play, and what's kind of exciting about this is that these compositions are different every map, so it's not like, for example, GOATs or a lot of maybe the triple DPS comps that we've been seeing where it's the same heroes every time. They play a lot of variety and a lot of weird comps. We may get to see some Sim, see some Torm today. I'm really excited. And Paris, controversial map, especially being a 2CP, but I am quite a fan of it. You may see some Sombra play here, some Symmetra, some Bunker. It looks like we do have Team Disconnect here on the defense first, and they are going to be running a Bunker comp with an Ashe and a Torb. We're seeing the Torb right out of the gate, Tofu! I'm so excited, but this is a really good Torb map. And there are places on this map, for example, on the right side where there's this sort of balcony. If you set up your turret there, it's very hard to get sightlines on it. And it does have sightlines onto the point and onto the bunker. Dog is setting his turret up there right now, and this can make it very hard to push in. As a reminder, as we're getting underway, if you see a particular player here in the matchup that you are really into, you think they're doing a great job, we do have an MVP poll on our Twitch now. We will have a Voter's Choice MVP. Vote for your favorite. We will announce them at the end of the stream. All right, so it looks like we do have the Sombra coming out from Fa. I'm not sure how they want us to pronounce it or whether we're doing it correctly, but they are going to be going into the back here, probably looking for a chance to maybe get a hack off. They do get a hack on the Torb. Start farming the EMP out a little bit, getting onto the point, translocating out. This sort of brings the Bunker out of position, though, and you'll notice that Ramen Renegade is taking advantage of this, pushing themselves into that building right over there, getting ready to try to get some picks here. They're able to disrupt this bunker very well, but Team Disconnect is responding in turn and is able to keep themselves alive. The Orisa placement here is really good. They're able to keep the team in a bunker even though it's moving around. The Sombra does try to disrupt them a little bit, and unfortunately as the main Harsame goes down to Nikanono. Nap Club almost off on the Mercy. Orin with his Ashe. That Ashe, thought out something. And that is going to be a lost push for Ramen Renegade here. Lots of talking. So,
that was a really quick bob from Orin coming out. So that's you know, a lot of spam coming in from the bunker comp, and I like the rotation that they made, just going into the building and not allowing the Ramen Renegade to really establish themselves on the point.
Yeah, and I really did like how they were able to sort of kite back with that bunker and still maintain the bunker. They were able to keep themselves positioned behind Orissa's shield, which is so important. Looks like Ramen Renegade just being patient here. Sombra's still in the back, getting ready to push in here. Interestingly, not really farming their EMP up. They're more looking for that hack to sort of enable their team. They are getting close to that EMP though, and this could create a push and create a lot of problems for Team Disconnect here. They're going to have to be very careful to make sure that they do not get EMP'd. Carpe diving in right now. The Torb ult comes out. He just sort of vomits all over the point. Carpe taken out by the turret, and Udon is taken out by the Ana here. So, unfortunately, Ramen Renegade is going to lose this push, but they do have the Earth Shatter coming up, and they do have the EMP. Both ultimates that could be extremely powerful. Looks like Dog is taking a nap there. Shatter 3k body blocking him. We do have the Valkyrie, Bob, and Roadhog ult coming up. So we are going to have an ult advantage for Team Disconnect here. And Orin takes out Udon very early on. But the EMP comes out and so does the Shatter. Almost all of Team Disconnect affected by both of these ultimates. Bob gets taken out and he is going to be shielded. But Udon and Tamago take out Shatter 3k and Quinn. Dog takes out the Sombra, however. This is potentially a one fight for Team Disconnect, especially as the res comes out on Shatter. Carpe and Ramen are still in here, just trying to keep themselves alive. Harasame taken out by Shatter. Carpe and Ramen still in here, but they are going to retreat. The bunker is going to be set back up. They only have 30 seconds to push here, and unfortunately, Ramen Renegade used all of their ultimates here. We still do have the Fair Barrage that's going to come on board on time. Looks like they're off of the Summer and on a Reaper now. Team Disconnect only has one ultimate as well. Carpe demeched. That is bad. They're going to have to get their mech back as soon as possible. Harasami taken out as well. These picks are extremely important here for Team Disconnect to be able to full hold this. Udon's going to be looking for that barrage. They're flying in, trying to position themselves. They don't want to take it too much because it's dangerous. Bo's going to take out Nick and No-No on that Orisa. But Udon is going to be taken out by Dog's turret. See how I said that turret was super powerful here. Carpe is going to take out that turret, but it's going to mean that the barrage is off of the board. Shatter 3k booped off the map. Bob taken out again. That is 3 Bobs for Orin right now. He is popping off on that Ashe, but he is taken out by Harasame. Booped off of the map here. Niganono takes out Foe, and Dog's turret is taken out once again by Udon. Udon does have this barrage here, and they're going to have to use it. And they do. Dog and Quinn are the only people that are left here, but they're going to be taken out. Kind of a chaotic fight here. But Ramen Renegade is able to cap point A. Tofu, I just talked a lot. Why don't you sum up everything that you said here?
Man, that must have been a... You need to breathe. That's the first thing. But looking at that, I think the initial pick on Nick and Nono on the Orisa was huge. It forced out the res from Nap Club, and you know, at that point they were at a deficit for healing, right? They were all pretty low, so it was kind of just a trickle at that point, with everyone just trying to stay up, dealing damage at the same time. And
looks like they are going to swap to goats here. We are seeing standard goats with the Lucio, Zen, Brig healing, Zarya, Rhine, and Diva. Super powerful comp, but Orin is on the Doomfist here, which means that's probably all you guys are going to see now that Tentaku is spectating. So this could potentially disrupt their goats here. Dog does have his Torb ultimate. This could be dangerous here. He is going to use it. Vomiting all over, taking Udon and Carpe out. They are gonna have to retreat here. Unfortunately, all of the picks come out. No ultimates on the board yet, except for the Diva Bomb. Tamago is getting close to that Shatter. Could potentially follow up here.
You know, it's funny. That Tor vomiting all over the place. Maybe he had a little bit too much ramen.
Oh God, Tofu, why? I'm not even going to grace that with a response. It looks like Dog isn't either. He's going to swap off of the Torb, and Destiny is going to go onto the Zarya here. Probably a good pick. Nikanono's coming up on that Shatter. He's going to get it before Tamago does. So this could potentially stop their push here. Tamago does have the Shatter now, however. Both teams just sort of poking at each other, waiting to find an opportunity. Both teams playing patiently. Tamago is going to be hooked, and Shatter 3K is going to do the whole Og ultimate. Nikanono is also going to Shatter, which sets up that ultimate for a complete team wipe. The Brig is getting staggered here a little bit. Harusame did almost get a full tick. They did C9 there a little bit, but it is not going to be enough to get that full tick, and it is going to start ticking back down. Now, we do have only 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. 1, maybe 2 pushes here, depending on how drawn out this fight is. So they're going to have to work hard here.
Team Disconnect has a pretty interesting composition, but with Ramen's ultimates coming up, I think they'll be able to give up a good fight.
Diva Bomb does come out from Carpe. It does get Nap Club. That means that they are not going to have the Valkyrie to help them heal. Orin does take out Harusame, and Nikanono goes out by Carpe. So right now, Ramen Renegade is sort of at the advantage here in terms of personnel, but those respawns are going to go out soon, and Nap Club does pop that Valkyrie to keep their team alive, but unfortunately, Shatter 3K still does go down. Dog is getting in danger right here. He's getting focused a little bit, but he is able to stay alive here. Orin does go out, however. Udon taken out. Getting that pick on the Brig is extremely important here. Shatter is grabbed, but nobody follows up on it, so Shatter is still alive. Everybody's just sort of running all over the place right now. Carpe and Tamago are all going to be grabbed and shattered. The whole hog comes out. They are going to completely wipe Ramen Renegade here, and there are only 30 seconds left on the clock. They may be able to touch here, but they're not going to have a full personnel recontest necessarily, so they are going to have to run in really quickly with only the Shatter and Diva Bomb on the board. They do have the Transcendence coming up, which would help them a lot. They are sort of at an ultimate advantage over Team Disconnect right here, but Team Disconnect does have the spawns, so this is going to be an extremely exciting match.
Keep an eye on the Shatter Bomb. That could be their...
That could be huge.
And
Carpe's bomb does come out. Unfortunately, does not get anybody. It was not coming with that Shatter. We still do have the Transcendence, which does come out. Tamago is going to be looking for an opportunity to Shatter here, sort of playing on the flank here, trying to get that Mercy. Nap Club does pop Valkyrie. Unfortunately, maybe Team Disconnect is living up to their name right now. There is a pause. We're going to figure out who is having some difficulties here. It's Orin. All right, they say they're ready. All right, we are ready, so we are going to unpause here. Scuffed game. Now the Shatter did come out from Tamago, which means that Nikanono is shattered, but he is going to be able to get back up. Unfortunately, he is killed. Nap Club reses Orin, however, who does have that Doomfist ultimate, could keep himself alive and potentially do some damage. Ramen Renegade still has a lot of their personnel up. Carpe is going to be demeched by Dog, though. This could be huge and a snowball. Tamago's taken out by that whole hog. The grab comes out. Not much follow-up here. Still 2 alive for Ramen Renegade, but Team Disconnect is getting all the respawns out. Everybody's grabbed, but nobody's there. Team Disconnect is going to hold point B. All right, so that was a lot.
Take another breath, Bant. Take another breath.
Bring us home, Tofu. What went on?
So I want to just say that Quindustry's Ana really disrupted Ramen's goats, especially with the healing. The anti-nades really started those engages, right? It forced them to play a little bit more passively, whereas Team Disconnect was able to just burst them down. With the composition, the Ana Mercy, they were able to sustain just so much more, and without was it Ramen eating the healing from Ana, that was really significant, and it showed.
Ready for battle.
All right, so it looks like we are going to have a 3-2-1 coming out from Team Disconnect here. Their 3-2-1 comps did give us a lot of problems. The Alaskan Anomalies, we did lose 3-0. So I'm really excited to see this attack round. Looks like we're gonna have the loose, some switches on the heals here. Looks like we're gonna have the Mercy Ana again. Give them a lot of sustain. We are going to have a bunker coming out from Ramen Renegade, and we did see yesterday their bunker is one of their really, really strong comps. They are gonna have the Baptiste to keep that Bastion alive. They are gonna have the D.Va to sort of help defend them as well. So Team Disconnect could have a lot of problems here. They're gonna have to play this extremely strategically. But they do have the composition to do it. All of their heroes, such as the Pharah, Sombra, Genji, Ball, all of them could pretty easily disrupt this composition. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like they're starting to poke a little bit. Harusame already hacked by Quinstery. Nap Club is going to be taken out by Udon from that Junkrat spam, and Foe is going to take out Dog on that ball. Right now they are just sort of poking here, trying to get some ultimates up. Carpe is going to take out Nikanono.
What we do know about Ramen is that their bunker comp is extremely powerful as well. So running that quad DPS comp into it, or the triple DPS I should say, there might be some issues off the bat, and especially with the Baptiste invincibility fields, maybe the ultimates could be mitigated. But keep an eye out for Sombra.
Yeah, you are getting called out a little bit in chat for noticing the anti-nades and not Orin getting a lot of value. Dog pumping out damage, or Shatter getting those huge whole hogs, which he did.
Can you blame me though? You know,
we are two healer mains here. We are going to notice the healers. They need some more recognition. Now, Harusame does have that Baptiste ult. This is going to make this extremely dangerous for Team Disconnect. We are going to get Dog slamming in here, but he is going to be taken out quite quickly. But that Baptiste is out. Really important. Quinn is going to take out Foe. Harusame goes down as well. So does Ramen. So right now, Team Disconnect does have their personnel up, but unfortunately, they are going to be taken out very quickly. Those reses came out, super clutch. I do see that Mercy play there. Shatter's gonna be taken out here. So they did a really good job at that push. They still have that EMP on the board, which is gonna be extremely important here, especially with Harusame's ability to put down that invulnerability field. Looks like we are gonna have the Bastion ult though, so this is gonna be extremely dangerous. Foe is getting back here. He's ready. Nikanono taken out really quickly here. That is a huge stagger.
I would want to keep an eye out for the Nanoblade actually, and the EMP. So they might combo those three ults to cut through this bunker comp, especially with the invincibility field. So watch out for that.
Quinn is getting in place to do this EMP here. And here it comes. That EMP gets out and hacks all of them. And that is just a huge snowball using the Nano Boost, the Genji Blade, and the Valkyrie, and the Mines. They use literally every single one of their ultimates. They do get the team wipe, but the sort of question is it worth it? Because now they don't have that snowball potential, especially because Ramen Renegade still has all of their ultimates on the board.
Well, it might be that they want to swap, but that doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. Their composition is very easy to farm ults anyways, so maybe, you know, just press Q, right?
Essentially. And they do have plenty of time. They do have almost 5 minutes in the time bank, which means that they are going to have plenty of time to build up those ultimates. Now the tire does come out from Udon. See if it gets any value here. It does! It gets out Dog and Orin, and both takes out Nikanono. Which means that this push is ended for Team Disconnect. They do almost have the barrage on the board. The Sombra's going to have to farm that EMP quite quickly. They are at 70%. If they do a little bit of farming here, they could potentially get that EMP on the board for the next push. But it looks like they are just waiting for their team to engage, which is probably a good idea considering that there aren't that many ultimate abilities on the board right now that can follow up. Probably going to have to do some dry pushes here.
Well, no, the barrage is coming up soon, as well as the EMP, so maybe they'll look for that two ultimate combos to really seal the deal here.
No, they do have that EMP on the board now. Ramen does pop that Valkyrie. Probably a good idea, especially if that EMP does come out. Looks like Quinn is sort of waiting for it here. They are hiding, but they are going to be taken out by Udon. That is a massive pick here. That is probably going to end up saving their push, especially now that Nap Club is out. Looks like Team Disconnect is just sort of backing off here, and I appreciate that they're sort of playing this patiently. They're not trying to push in still. They know that they just need to get those ults on the board and then they can snowball. All they need is one tick. We do have 4 ultimates on the board for Team Disconnect. Given the fact that they do tend to take a lot of damage, we are going to have that Valkyrie coming up very soon as well.
Another thing that may end up biting Ramen in the butt is the lack of a defensive ult. With the Mercy and Baptiste, all they have is the invincibility field to really save them from anything.
Exactly, and that EMP is going to take it out right away, too. And it looks like Quinstory is in place to get this EMP. They're coming out, and they do take it out. That is huge. The Diva Bomb does come out by Carpe, and it takes out Nap Club. But unfortunately, Ramen Renegade is going to fall to the Dragon Blade and the Barrage. Tamago getting really low here, taking out Carpe, fighting for their life. They're getting focused down. They are taking a lot of time to kill Carpe here, which is going to help those respawns come out. Carpe taken out. Udon does take out Shatter 3K. And with the respawns coming out, they could potentially hold this. Looks like Dog is trying to stall out the point here with Ball, but he is going to be taken out. Harasami taking out 3 of them. Napclub does get a res onto Dog, but it is sort of going to be in vain here. They're going to have to back off.
That was a huge recovery by Ramen Renegade. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, they did a really good job there, especially given the fact that they literally popped every single one of their ults. And I think part of that was that they popped all of their ults at once, and they didn't kill their entire team. So they had to be able to focus down the rest of their team, and Carpe, for example, did a really good job of just sort of keeping themselves alive there, making it so they had time to get those respawns out. They only have 1 minute and 30 seconds to be able to cap this point. So Ramen is going to take out that invulnerability field. EMP comes out, gets all 6 of them on Ramen Renegade. Orin's Dragon Blade comes out. He is going to take out almost all of their team, but there are still 3 of the Ramen Renegades still left. And Team Disconnect is going to not be going aggressively enough. Nap Club taken out by that Coalescence. Nikanono does take out Harasame. Huge pick. Ramen goes down as well. But Tamago takes out Dog and Nikanono. The fact that they don't have their tanks now means that they may not be able to continue this push. Udon is taken out, but it is going to be in vain, and Team Disconnect is going to have to reset again.
Another huge recovery by Ramen Renegade. I really am surprised at how well they're just recovering. But maybe it's because of the lack of damage after the fact that they get the initial picks, because they were running the Sombra Genji, and that's not much. And I don't know how much energy Dog's been getting, but that is pretty important to clean up.
Carpe's Diva Bomb does come out. It is able to get Shatter 3K and his invulnerability field. Meganono does shatter. Udon and Felt go out. Another big EMP taking out the remaining people on Ramen Renegade, and they are going to be killed. Harasami is the only one left on point. He's going to have to die in order for them to cap this. The respawns are potentially going to be able to come out. Nope, not enough. Team Disconnect wins this map after a hard-fought battle, right down to the wire, just like we anticipated.
Play of the game.
Looks like Carpe on Diva with the play of the game here.
Oh no. Don't do it like that.
Oh my lord. Alright, and we do have some good stats here. Orin did do 29% of his team's damage, and Nap Club healed 61%, or 61% kill participation. Ramen healed almost 30% of the team's damage. Some good healing coming out from these Mercies over here. Always going to recognize them. Y'all are doing a great job. Remember, if you have anybody in mind already, you can vote for your pick for MVP in our Twitch poll. You can find it on our homepage. Please vote in this at some point during this matchup, but obviously after that first map, we can see that things are going to get down to the wire here. You can save your pick until after the games are over if you want, but definitely make sure to vote here. All right, we are going to be going to King's Row here now. What do you think we're going to expect here?
Goats.
Goats. All right, just plain and simple, just goats.
Just goats. But on defense, I do see bunker comp coming out as well. This was a previous strat in, I believe, the last season of Overwatch League, where they would be playing bunker comp on that high ground, and maybe it's the return of bunker comp there.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I do believe that Goats is going to be a strong pick here, especially with Zarya. King's Row is the map for Zarya, and she just gets so much done there.
Yeah, King's Row is honestly one of my personal favorite maps. I remember we used to run freaking quad tank on there all the time, and we do see something similar sort of with the Goats comp or triple tank. Definitely a good tanky map, but you can also have a lot of the DPS play as well. We see a lot of Widow, potentially some Doomfist, Chantaku. We can see some Torb, some Bastion, pretty much anything. I absolutely love... Oh, my mistake. I forgot to reset the teams. Ignore me. All right, we're going to swap them and start again.
And
all right, so as we're waiting, I do want to sort of bring out some I want to bring up some beautiful messages I saw in the chat as they were scrolling past, and I was talking way too much to acknowledge them. We have some spam of a camel, spam this long neck for disconnect. You tried. Lots of pasta being spammed for ramen. Apparently they're opening the Ramen Renegade Treatment Center. We're #1 in recovering. Great job for that one, input name. All right. So we are still waiting on them to assemble their heroes. It looks like we are going to get a interesting composition from Ramen Renegade here. All right, they're going Goats. I saw the Doomfist and saw the Mei and stuff like that. No, they're going Goats.
Goats is the usual pick here. But keep in mind, Team Disconnect is running the Widows, and her sightlines are very, very good on first point King's Row. So I'm not sure how much Ramen Renegade's really going to be able to deal with her.
And part of that may be that they're just trying to scout here. Looks like they may have the Mei, or did play the Mei in the last map. Yeah, Quinn is going to switch to that Lucio here, so it looks like they're playing Goats with Mei and Moira. Interesting, and they are just going to press W and M1. They are going straight in. Nap Club, or not Nap Club, sorry. Tamago just tried to get the charge there, but unfortunately is not able to get it. Both Ryans just sort of holding their shield up, trying to enable their team. First pick comes out, Shadow 3K goes down, and so does Nick and Ono and Dog. This is going to be a very good defense here for the Ramen Renegade. Now that there's some sides, I'm going to need a little help here.
Tamago,
too much casting this week.
Tamago has been really strong at this first point. They went, I want to say, making really risky plays, but really getting incredible value out of it. Picking 3 right off the start.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to have the rally out here to keep themselves alive. Mei ult does come out, but the Transcendence is going to cancel it in a huge shatter. But unfortunately, nobody's able to follow up because everybody's frozen. Another shatter comes out. Ramen and Uda going to go out. Harasami and Tamago soon to follow. This is going to be a very clean attack here for Team Disconnect.
That was a huge counter shatter coming in from Nick and Nono. And, after that Transcendence, getting the Lucio, that was huge.
Yeah, they did a very good job with that counter shatter. Unfortunately, Tamago did drop their shatter and get quite a few people, but they were all stuck in the blizzard, so they weren't really able to follow up. Nick and Nono is going to be taken out very early on by both. They are going to have to back off here. Dog taken out as well, losing all of that hard-earned energy. So is Quinn, taken out by those missiles. Tamago does go down, but the question is it worth it? Especially with a lot of their people down. But Nick and Ono does come back. Respawns are getting in here. Ramen Renegade is definitely going to have to back off a little bit, give some space.
The idea about, or with Goats, is that if your Rhine goes down, it's like man down. you gotta get
back
out.
off. Yeah, and that's sort of the fun part about goats is if you do get that one pick, you can just sort of snowball it. Looks like we are getting a lot of ultimates on the board here for Team Disconnect. We are going to have the grab bomb combo coming out shortly as well for Ramen Renegade. The Blizzard does come out, but it does not freeze anybody. Carpe is going to throw that Diva Bomb. It is going to be shielded, but Quincy still goes down. It looks like they're just going to snowball it here. Nap Club and Shadow 3K stuck in that grab. Udon's going to go down by Nikonono, however. The Transcendence comes out to try to keep the team alive, but unfortunately 2 people already down from Nikonono, just swinging his hammer and charging at people, just going full-on bumper here. Ramen is going to go down by Nap Club, and Dog takes out Foe in the Zarya 1v1. Arasame is still contesting the point, and I don't know if anybody's really noticed him until now. He is going to be taken out by Shadow 3K on that Zen, however. Carpe does go down to a kick to the face. They are going to cap point 2 here.
Man, I love Tamago's charges, but you know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You create so much space, but at the same time, you're going deep into the enemy team, so you'll get surrounded as well.
Yes, that is a huge pick there from the Zen. Orin is going to Blizzard here, but it is not going to catch anybody. But they are going to be able to get a lot of the respawns that are coming out here. So they're basically just snowballing. This Dog is going to be booped off of the map, however, by Harusame. So, and we can see in the chat, he is not happy about it. So right now, they do not have that Graviton Surge to be able to help them to keep people from contesting. Shatter is going to come out, and so is the Diva Bomb is going to take Shatter 3K out. Nikonono goes down as well. This is just going to be a snowballed hold from Ramen Renegade here. They're going to have to back out and recontest.
One thing that we noticed about Ramen Renegade is that they're really scrappy, so you know, you can't count them out at the last second. They're most likely, or they're always going to be able to pull something out of their magic trick, you know, like that.
Alright, so we do see some pressing of W here, but they are just sort of poking at each other. But now the Graviton Surge comes out from Dog. Fortunately, nobody able to follow up, especially with that B coming out, but Carpe is going to be demeched by Orin, getting that final blow there. Udon goes down, and so does Ramen. Both shortly to follow. Harusame does boop Nikonono, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. Huge boop! There goes Quinn. Harusame is just contesting as long as he can, but unfortunately it is not enough. They are going to be able to cap this final point. Team Disconnect, 3 points.
Whew, man.
I know, I feel like I need a drink after all of this.
Oh, well, Harusame has been getting very valuable boops, but you know, it came in a little bit too late. I think Ramen Renegade, they really get pushed after Tamago goes in a little bit too deep sometimes, so then there's no shield to really back them up to protect the team. And I think Team Disconnect realized that and is trying to punish them on each move for that.
Team Disconnect did do a really good job at punishing. Their goats is really strong. So I guess we're going to see whether their attack goats or defense goats is stronger here. Ramen Renegade is going to potentially be running the goats. I don't know. I think that they're doing some sort of ritual with the Bastion or something like that right now.
Well, maybe they do a last-second swap to Symmetra and teleport to some random spot.
We'll see. They do like to run that. They are bringing out the Torb, which I know is a meme, but I'm still holding out hope. Looks like we are going to get some standard goats with a Mei here for Team Disconnect, though. Keeping Orin on that Mei, keeping the memes alive. Guess we'll see how it works out.
Well, maybe Ramen Renegade needs some hydration, you know, for Carpe and all.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm ignoring you. So, they are starting to press W here, but not as aggressive as an attack. Oh, and there goes the aggression right now. The Mei wall does come out to split them a little bit. They are trying to follow up, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to. Orin does take out Carpe though, so this may be a lost fight already. Taking out the Zarya is extremely important here. Nikonono does go down though, and the fact that the respawns are closer for Ramen Renegade means that they may win this fight. Taking out that Ride. Huge pick. Nap Club does go down as well. Ramen Renegade should be able to win this here, especially with those Mei walls. It looks like they're just going to sort of snowball it from here. Team Disconnect just sort of going to back up a little bit. They're staggering that Mei out. And they're going to be able to cap this point right here.
That was a really quick 0.8 take, and you know, maybe they'll push and we'll get 2-3 rounds of King's Row.
Shatter does come out here. And unfortunately, no follow-up. The beat does get dropped here, though. Mei ult does come out. They are going to be able to freeze. Foe's Transcendence keeps them all alive, though. Carpe does go down on that ball. Interesting to have the ball as a Zarya here. Weird Shatter, or not Shatter, weird charge from Nikonona does take out Tamago. They are going to be able to sort of push Ramen Renegade back into their spawn. Carpe does get off of the ball and goes back onto the Zarya. But unfortunately, they are not going to have Graviton Surge here. And Dog is going to have his coming up soon. So they are going to have to be very careful here.
Udon's taking a really interesting position on the high ground over there. Maybe looking for a... never mind. I was thinking of a Blizzard, but...
Ramen Renegade is going to rally here. Keeping them up, giving them some extra armor. The beat does get dropped, but Nikonona goes down anyway. So does Orin, taken out by Harusame. Ramen Renegade is just going to keep pushing this in, sort of snowballing this. Gonna push them all back. They are going to be able to recontest before this point gets taken. They do have the Graviton Surge for it, so they may be able to stop this push here.
It's insane at how much value they're getting at with the Mei walls. Both Udon and Orin. They're cutting people off and really allowing the teams to get those early picks and late picks as well.
Yeah, huge grab from Dog, but unfortunately the Transcendence does come out. So does the Blizzard to just sort of zone them away and make it so they can't follow up here. Carpe does take out Nikonona. Ramen and Harusame do go down though, so right now Team Disconnect has the numbers advantage, which means that they quickly snowball. And they are going to be able to hold here with the team kill.
That was pretty unfortunate, especially since they burned the trance going into the grab and Blizzard. Team Disconnect didn't have any defensive ults there as well, but they used the grab to really as a defensive ult basically, and that saved them that push.
Yeah, we are not going to necessarily have that many ults on the board. Carpe almost does have that Graviton Surge, but it is going to require a little bit of poking to get any more ultimates up. Nikonona does get that Shatter out, able to get a lot of follow-up from the team. So now we do have the beat, and we do have Rally and Grab coming out for Ramen Renegade, but they did seem to lose their rhythm here, and we do have a bunch of ultimates on the board for Team Disconnect as well. They're going to have to regroup and sort of get their groove back here. We did get in the chat asking to pause the game and do a Maeve on 1v1 here. Honestly, I wish. That would be really exciting to watch. We do get the Rally out for Ramen Renegade here. Graviton Surge comes out. Does not really get any value, unfortunately. Rally comes out from Nap Club as well. But half of Team Disconnect is walled off. This is a really clutch wall, and it does pay off. Dog taken out, but Tamago goes down as well. The beat gets dropped for Ramen Renegade, giving a bunch of extra health. The Blizzard comes out from Team Disconnect. They're able to stabilize here, and the payload just keeps getting pushed further and further back.
That was really unfortunate. Team Disconnect was able to use or win that fight off of just basically the sound barrier and the Blizzard, and Ramen Renegade forced out both their was it Shatter, sound barrier, and I believe Rally. So that's just unfortunate.
All right, and they're getting ready to contest here. There is only a minute left, so this is potentially the last push, especially if this fight gets drawn out. They are going to have to win here. They do have the Transcendence on the board, and they're taking a very long flank here to try to get behind them a little bit. Unfortunately, they do not have a lot of ultimates that they can really use here besides that Transcendence. Trans does come out from Shatter 3K. Nikinono is going to get shattered. Tamago takes out Nap Club. Carpe taken out by Nikinono's Fire Strike. They do have the grab, but not much follow-up. Udon does go down from Nikinono, just swinging on them. Alright, Harusame and Tamago go down to that Fire Strike. Two really huge shatter there. They only have about 20 seconds left on the board. So they may be able to recontest here, but it's sort of a question of whether or not they could actually win this fight. With Team Disconnect pushing up really far, you even have to wonder if they're going to be able to make it to the payload or not. With only 10 seconds left, we will find out. They are speed boosting in. Harusame is going to be able to contest with that wall riding, but it is just going to be him. We sort of have a Lucio battle going on the payload right now. Blizzard comes out for Team Disconnect, keeping Harusame's backup from being able to touch the payload. Nap Club is taken down, and so is Orin. Ramen Renegade might be able to win this. Team Disconnect does drop the beat, which gives them a bunch of extra health, but they are not going to be able to get any more picks. Ramen Renegade is going to push this up. Looks like they're going to try to recontest here at the last second, especially with this in OT. Beat gets dropped for Ramen Renegade. This could potentially win them the point. Shadow 3K with the Transcendence. Other Transcendence comes out by Foe here, keeping both teams alive. Just a lot of swinging and chaos going on. Nikinono's the first one to die here. They're all in that Graviton Surge. The Blizzard comes out as well somewhere. I heard it. I guess they died with it. I don't know what just happened there.
I think Udon got killed mid-Blizzard during the grab, and that was really strong, really nice play. But,
yeah. So they only have a minute 30 left. Orin taken out by Tamago. This is very winnable for Ramen Renegade here. They are going to have a massive time bank differential if they do get it to the third point, but stranger things have happened. They are going to have to push this all the way, though, and this is going to likely come down to a one-fight territory here. Team Disconnect reestablishing themselves, and especially with these long spawns and their ability to, or Team Disconnect's ability to recontest here really easily, they're coming in with a pretty big advantage. The Blizzard comes out for Team Disconnect, which sort of zones out their ability to be able to follow up on that Graviton Surge. Udon is going to be taken out by Shatter. This is huge. They all rally to clean up Ramen Renegade. The beat is dropped, giving them a bunch of extra health as well. They're just trying to get Tamago out. He is discorded, but he is not going down. He almost has a shatter. He is finally taken out. The rest of Ramen Renegade goes down as well, and there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. They are going to have to get one more fight and then push it all in overtime. Ramen Renegade has proven that their ability to be able to pull out some clutch plays. With that Transcendence coming out, unsure if they're going to be able to do it. Harusame is going to be able to contest into overtime. The Shatter does come out, does not get a ton of value here, but Ramen and Tamago are taken out by Orin and Nikinono. Nap Club taken out by Foe. Lots of picks coming out. Harusame takes out Shatter 3K, but is taken out by Orin. Another death with the Blizzard. Unfortunately, that means that it's going to be a lot harder for them to reestablish themselves, especially with that ball coming out, causing a lot of chaos. Shatter comes out for Nikinono, able to get Ramen shattered, but not much follow-up here. The Blizzard comes out, but so does the counter grab, making it harder to follow up. Napcom and Nikinono are taken out, and so is Dog. Ramen Renegade does have the point advantage here. They may be able to recontest here, but unless those spawns really come out and they're able to follow up, it may be sort of in vain, especially with Quinn Street going down. It looks like it's going to be a 0.3 cap. This is absolute chaos right now. Oh my god. Just absolute insanity. Dog was telling us this was going to be a good game, and he did not lie.
I don't know. This is kind of nerve-wracking, right? Ramen Renegade really showing out their What was the word? I can't think right now. This game's too good.
I know.
The scrappiness, that's what it was.
The scrappiness. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and now Ramen Renegade does have a massive time bank differential here. Team Disconnect is 3 minutes on the board. So Ramen Renegade is going to have to do a lot to be able to stop them from taking this point here. But Ramen Renegade has sort of proven themselves here. Their defense is very good, but Team Disconnect is very much a press W and ask questions later type team, which I think makes it a lot harder to defend, especially with goats that requires so much coordination. If they're able to create that chaos, then it makes it so much harder for Ramen Renegade to hold. They are running the Snows again, so you never know what's going to happen. I'm very excited to see this round.
But Team Disconnect is running that quad DPS, so I don't know how that'll really play out, especially with the Mei not being able to section anyone off the way she would in goats.
Exactly, and the Mei is heavily countered by this Pharah and the Sombra as well, making it so they can't use their abilities to keep themselves alive, like the Ice Block and the Wall. Right now, Team Disconnect just sort of playing patiently. Dog just spinning around on that statue right there. Gets a slam, but unfortunately does not get much follow-up there, does not boop a lot of people into the air. But we do have the Pharmacy here causing a lot of damage and shield break. Ramen Renegade just sort of playing patiently, but Ramen is taken out with the first pick. Harusame as well, they're down 2 of their healers. From here, it should snowball. Udon taken out by Orin as well. That Doomfist is just nutty. They're almost at that last tick, and it is done. Team Disconnect, Team Disconnect does win. I did not switch the team names. But Team Disconnect wins this round.
Man, this one was really back and forth, honestly. Team Disconnect was able to pull out a lot more game-changing plays, right? Like that counter shatter from Nikonono and shown in this play of the game. And what I noticed is that in all the Ryan battles, I think Nikonono kind of came up on top for most of them.
Nikonono's Ryan is nuts. He had 17 Earth Shatter kills and 24 Earth Shatter stuns. So we can see that there are some kills that did not get cleaned up, but he knows how to hold W and M1 pretty well, even bringing in some of that M2 to try to keep his team alive.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. He did go full bumper. All right. So as a reminder, we do have our MVP poll up on the Twitch. Just scroll down a little bit past the broadcast and you'll be able to see it. You can vote for one person for the viewer MVP. So if you are seeing somebody that is catching your eye, feel free to vote for them. Give them some recognition, especially if we, as the Platcasters, do not recognize them ourselves. We are moving on to Ilios here for our King of the Hill map.
And
Very
don't
exciting.
forget to change the names.
I'm changing them right now, man. So as I'm changing these names and reevaluating my life, what are some things that we are going to see on Ilios that you're really excited for?
Harusame has so many boops that are insane, right? So I'm looking forward to, especially well, right? How many people can Harusame dunk in that well?
All right, it looks like we're... Oh. I don't know whether Dog's saying wait no because he's memeing in the chat right now, or he's actually not ready. I think he's memeing because he said if I was an animal, I'd be a cat. Wait no. All right, and we are going to start. We are on Ilios. Extremely chaotic map. Harusame is probably going to carry the day here. All right, and we are on well first.
Oh, man.
I am so ready for this. I am so excited for those boobs, especially since we do see a lot of Pharah play from these teams as well. You get some extra boob composition there.
Agreed. And I think there's going to be more hit scan coming out on this map as well. There's just so much sight lines that they can capitalize on. And
there goes Carpe. Guess Carpe had an Overwatch League match to attend to.
Maybe just looking for some hydration.
Again! Alright, well, I'm going to be looking into the chat a little bit while we wait. The curse of Team Disconnect spreads here as they say. Ramen Renegade has been infected with the disconnecting plague. We do have some spam, like ramen is just weeb spaghetti. You know what? Fair and valid.
I don't know. I don't know. Ramen is pretty good. Unless you feed it to Torb. Don't feed it to Torb. That's he's just gonna vomit all over the place.
Yeah, he has a sensitive stomach. Sheep over here, where have the Hanzas been? That is a really good question. Where have the Hanzas been? Honestly, some of the Hanzas probably could have popped off. But
I don't
it looks
know.
like we're seeing a lot of Doomfist play and stuff instead.
Well, Hanzo is a very unique character in that he does provide that pick potential, but he doesn't really work with the mobility, right?
Mm-hmm.
So picking the Doomfist is more so it helps the team not need to worry about the sustain. He can get in, get out really quickly, still providing that one shot pick potential.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe that's just what they're going for instead of the Hanzo who has to play ranged and is more worried about the dive characters coming in.
Now, Ramen Renegade is down 2 points here, so they are going to have to win Ilios in order to stay alive in this matchup. They will not be eliminated in the tournament yet, but they will have to stay alive here in order to win. So, what do you think Ramen Renegade has to do here in order to secure that W here on Ilios?
Play tighter. What I noticed is that when Tamago is going in for those really, I guess, aggressive plays, right? You know, charging in to the enemy team. Is there communication going on there where Tamago is getting bubbled, getting the support they need to really be able to initiate that aggressively? I don't know. But I would like to see that happen, right? More communication, playing tighter, or maybe playing a little bit more passive, right? Team Disconnect does like being the aggressor as well. So do you, you know, go even more aggressive and try to counter that, or do you play, I guess, more methodically and try to bait out their resources when they're playing aggressively? Because you still do have the Lucio speed boost, and you can boop them back. So
that's one thing that I've sort of noticed too is Team Disconnect does play extremely aggressively, and while Ramen Renegade is very patient and good at knowing when to engage, they haven't necessarily had that same aggression and just pressing W and hoping to stay alive type mentality that I think we see Team Disconnect running. And when you are playing against an aggressive team, sometimes you need to just aggress even harder. Right now, we do have some router issues coming out from Carpe, so hopefully they are going to be here soon. But it looks like we are going to have to entertain the viewers just a little bit more. You know, that they just really want to hear our voices even more. He did join the game, so we may be able to see him soon. All right, we're waiting for those ready. All right, we got the ready from both sides. We are going to unpause here. Thank goodness. I don't know what else to say at this point. I'm very excited to see the compositions that they run here, though. And luckily, because he did disconnect at the beginning of the match, there is no sort of disadvantage in positioning an ultimate charge that he would get if he had to reset. Bant voice changer confirmed in 20 seconds. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea.
Tantaku, what are you doing to me? Alright, so we are seeing some interesting compositions.
4, 3,
Yeah, this is
1.
you know, the bunker,
Capture the objective.
the was it the Orisa Hog or Lucio? The boot potential is very high, but going against Team Disconnect's quad DPS, that's not much you can really boop into the well, especially since they have the really high mobility.
Yeah, exactly. Now we are going to see Quincy takes the first victory in this Pharah battle. We do have a Sombra here on the side of Team Disconnect. Those hacks are going to be really clutch in these far battles. Nap Club taken out. Team Disconnect is going to take this point very quickly, a very clean fight. There is a little bit of battling still going on though. Udon does take out Shatter 3K, which could give the team some advantage because their respawns are going to be here earlier than Shatter 3K is going to be able to get there. But unfortunately, they are not going to be able to really contest here. It looks like Shadow 3K is going to be back here soon as they are going to have a full 6 here. They are going to have to get another pick soon.
I think it's going to be really difficult to retake the point, especially since Team Disconnect's DPS comp has really good sight lines and multiple angles of attack, so it's going to be pretty tricky to engage. I like how they're going to the dive, where they can pick off one enemy at a time. Maybe that'll be the key.
Yeah, they are being pushed back pretty hard, but Udon does take out Nick and Nono, so they could potentially push on this. Ramen and Udon with the Pharmacy going on to point. Dog is taken out by Carpe. This could be a great cap for them, but Tamaga is taken out by Shadow 3K, who is in turn taken out by Udon. Meteor Strike comes out, but not really getting any picks here. Nick and Nono is going to be taken out by Foe. They are going to be able to flip the point here with about 55% capped for Team Disconnect. So now they just have to hold.
That was a really impressive adjustment by Ramen Renegade, going to the dive right off the bat. And it showed, right? They were able to get early picks, dive together, and then ultimately just cap the point.
It looks like Orin is going on the Ashe here instead of the Doomfist, which I honestly think is a good pick here. Making that Pharmacy battle easier, but also having a lot of spam potential. And I find it interesting that they immediately switched, they switched off the bunker very quickly. They're just gonna try to DPS the crap out of them. Mines do come out from Dog, and so does the Barrage. Lots of ultimates coming out from Team Disconnect. They are gonna be able to cap the point off of this, but Ramen Renegade is gonna have all of their ultimates on the board. And that's one thing that I've noticed with Team Disconnect that they potentially need to work on is sort of ultimate usage. A lot of times they blow all of their ults literally at once. Even
that's true.
Not even within the same fight, just at once. So
it might be because they want to just end the game right there, but sorry, there's still a percentage to be taken.
Exactly, and we noticed it even when they did on Paris have sort of that point B cap that they needed to do. They blew all of their ultimates literally at once, so it made it difficult for them to get all 6 dead. We do see Harusame did get that boop that we've been looking for on Orin. Udon is going to take out the Barrage, which is going to clean up. Spencer does take out Udon, but they are going to be rezzed. Ramen Renegade is going to be able to take this point without using all of their ultimates. So now they still have the ultimate advantage, which means that they may be able to hold this. They have the Mines coming up, they have the Valkyrie, Diva Bomb, and Beat. Our closest ultimate is Nick and Nono at 81%, so he will have that attack visor soon. Nap Club is going to be taken out by Carpe, however, sort of stalling this push out and making it more difficult. Team Disconnect still sort of poking, trying to build those ultimates up. Nick and Nono does get his attack visor. Orin's going to be taken out by Carpe. Carpe does throw that Diva Bomb to remech themselves, sort of zoning them out a little bit. Ramen Renegade may be able to hold this. They still have that ultimate advantage. The Mines do come out, making it harder for Team Disconnect to come in and recontest. Shadow 3K is going to be taken out by those rockets, and then the attack visor does come out, making it difficult for them to come here and contest the point. Harusame goes down to Orin, getting revenge. Carpe is going to be taken out by that boop. Barrage comes out, everybody dies. Team Disconnect is going to be able to cap this here. So that is point 1 for Team Disconnect. According to Tantaku, ult economy is a myth, passed down by top 500 players to keep our SR low.
Hey, that might be facts, right?
He needs to take his tinfoil hat off, honestly.
But that was a really back and forth map. I do think that Ramen Renegade, their ult economy has been really good. They haven't been burning all their ults at the same time. They've been trying to, just win the fight with just one ult. And it shows how much coordination they have there. But I feel like Team Disconnect, just the way their mechanical skill is, and the way they're playing the sightlines and everything, they're winning off of just that, and that's crazy.
Yeah, they are very good mechanically, and I was also talking to Dog, the team owner, yesterday, and they also play games together a lot, and they just generally have really good synergy, and you can see that too. They are really good at putting together these pushes. I think they are one of the more coordinated teams that we have in this league so far. A lot of sort of back and forth poking here with no real kills secured yet, but a lot of people are starting to get low. Shadow 3K is taken out by Tamago, but that's going to be the only pick so far. Alright, Napclub goes down to a punch in the face. Orin goes down as well. Somber getting a lot of value here, obviously. And Ramen Renegade is going to be the first one to cap the point here. And yes, we were asking for the Hanzo earlier. Are we going to get the Hanzo?
And
No.
we had the Hanzo for 5 seconds. But guess what? Carpe's on that Widowmaker. We know how good Carpe is.
We know how good Carpe is. We are going to see that sort of Philly fusion coming out right now. They are almost at their sights, so this is going to make it harder for Team Disconnect to be able to push in here. Dog is hacked right now and is being taken out quite quickly, but is not going to be demeched. We do have the EMP on the board already. This EMP is going to be massive when you're playing into this kind of composition. The Valkyrie does come out by Ramen, and the EMP gets only Nika No-No right now, so not a ton of value coming off of that EMP. Especially since Nika No-No is not going to even be taken out. Quinn is going to be able to boop Harusame to death here. Meteor Strike comes out, does not really kill anybody, and unfortunately Napclub is going to be taken out by Tamago with his swinging. Still just contesting the point. Carpe taken out by the Lucio here. Massive boop by Tamago. That's just absolutely disgusting. Ramen Renegade stabilizing here really well, and what's nice is, for Ramen Renegade at least, is the fact that Team Disconnect is sort of kind of trickling in here, so this is a very long and drawn out fight. Carpe's on the Tracer, another one of the Philly Fusion's mains, and he is just going to keep contesting this point. At this point, Ramen Renegade's trickling as well, but they're doing so to stall out. We know how great their stall potential is.
I found it. But at the same time, they are stabilizing.
They're stabilizing very well. The Nano comes out to try to keep Nika No-No alive. High Noon comes out, but his Shatter's going to be punched in the face. Not going to get any value off of that. Udon punches Napclub to death. Lots of doom fisting going on here. It's already in overtime, and Ramen Renegade has the numbers advantage. They may be able to cap this here. The Team Disconnect is doing a really good job sort of trickling in and trying to stabilize. And with that pick on Udon, they are going to flip the point here. I think part of that was just a C9, honestly. But Udon is going to be rezzed. Probably going to go down to that bomb. No, he does not. He's very lucky there. Udon's going to go down to Shatter 3K's Doomfist, though. We do have the Doomfist be Doomfist now. TikTok is probably freaking out right now behind the scenes. Ramen pops that Valkyrie to keep the team alive. Foe does have the EMP here. This could be extremely dangerous for Team Disconnect, but Ramen Renegade is going to back off here. They're just gonna put together their push. And that's what I appreciate about Ramen Renegade.
Their scrappiness. That was a really insane contest and hold, going all the way to 99, and right now coming up with 3 ultimates. EMP with Visor might be the strongest thing they have right now. And maybe they can just clean up with that.
I think that they could, especially since a lot of the heroes that they have are very vulnerable to that EMP. 6-man EVP! Disgusting! Harusame pops that attack Visor to go down. Carpe or Dog demeched here. Foe does go down to Shadow 3K, but Tamago is going to get his revenge with a punch. Harusame just being chased down, or sorry, Quinn being chased down, my mistake. Alright, and Ramen Renegade is going to be able to stabilize here. They're going to cap that 99. They tried to contest, but they could not. We are getting a down to the wire Ilios here, as we expected. Koala saying Tantaku ruining his pants on live TV. I don't know how appropriate that is.
Hey, Taku, make sure you don't have that webcam on. We don't need to see that.
Tofu, that is inappropriate. This is a family stream.
I know. This is a warning to Tentaku. Do not do that. I don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. No one does.
No, but what we do want to see is a continuation of this triple and quad DPS, and it looks like we are going to get the Hanzo here. Sheaf, I am so happy for you right now. This is a good map for Hanzo. I'm very excited. Looks like we are getting a 2-2-2 from Ramen Renegade right now. Team Disconnect running the 3-2-1 comp with a Sabra after my own heart here. Both teams, again, doing this sort of poking at each other. Nap Club is antied. Those purples are huge, but they are going to be able to be healed up. That was so dangerous for them. They almost got taken out. Carpe is going to be hacked. The follow-up comes in, but unfortunately not on Carpe. But Quinn is going to take on Tamago, and Uran goes down. Carpe goes down. Arasame as well. Ramen taken out. This is just going to be Team Disconnect, just wiping them one by one.
And I guess this is one of the things I was talking about earlier about the Hanzo versus the other quad DPS lineup or triple DPS lineup with flankers. Hanzo's just kind of a sitting duck, and with all of them running around, it's A, hard to really land those shots, and B, you have to worry about all those flanks.
Yeah, you do, and this makes it really dangerous for them. Orin taken out by Carpe on that Tracer. We see that Philly Fusion coming out. Dog is hacked and is going to go down to Udon. Bo and Carpe taken out by Shadow 3K and the Kanono. Team Disconnect just doing a really good job stabilizing here. Ramen Renegade still sort of poking here. Now the barrage does come out for Nikanono, but the EMP comes out too. Team Disconnect just sort of blowing their ultimates here. Udon's blade is going to be huge and gives them the chance to stabilize. The mines go out as well. Again, here we have those ult economy issues. They did not need all of those ultimates, especially with that fantastic Dragon Blade from Orin there. So unfortunately, they are only going to have both support ultimates coming in here for the next fight. But luckily for them, Ramen Renegade is not quite at their other ultimates as well, although they are going to come up on about 4 of them pretty quickly. So this could be really dangerous here for Team Disconnect. Pulse Bomb comes out, does not find anybody. Both teams, again, just sort of poking at each other. We got some fair duels going on right now. But nothing major in terms of picks until Orin goes down to Tamago. Valkyrie is popped by Nap Club, keeping the team alive. Harusame goes down and Orin's going to be rezzed again. This means that Ramen Renegade is going to have to stabilize. Although Harusame is rezzed, Ramen Renegade is going to lose quite a few members, but it looks like they may be able to cap this here. Barrage comes out, pushing them off of the point. Nick and Nono goes down, and so does Quinn. It's sort of a ball 1v1 here for control of the point, but Bo and Tamago come back. They are going to cap this point. No, it's going to be Dog coming in to contest right at the last second. Finally, they're able to cap, but the mines do come out here. I'm not sure how I feel about the value of that ultimate. They are going to be able to clear the mines out before Team Disconnect is able to engage here. But Team Disconnect, oh, those mines do get value. Udon goes out to them. Udon is going to be resurrected, but that means that there is no more res on the board. And with the EMP coming out with the potential Nano Blade here.
I just wanted to say...
Orin and Shadow were hacked though, so they couldn't get it out.
So... Bo had a really strong hack onto Orin before he was able to get that Dragon Blade out, and EMPing right after to just shut down the blade.
Yeah, and you notice that they did do Nano Blade anyway, but they didn't when a lot of their team was already dead, so they got absolutely no value out of those both of those ultimates. Orin sort of bladed when he was half health and didn't really get any kills with it. So they only have the barrage here that can help them, and now Team Disconnect does have time, but this could be potentially dangerous for them. This is a 1-to-1, and Team Disconnect needs to win this map in order to win this series and take it out on a 3-0.
Harusame does have that tack visor coming up, and that could be a game changer.
It could, especially since we only have about 30 seconds left before this point goes to Ramen Renegade, so Team Disconnect is really going to have to stabilize here. Now the Valkyrie does come out for a nap club, keeping the team alive, sort of giving that mass damage boost here as well. Tac Visor does come out from Harusame, but he is going to be taken out by Dog. Barrage comes out from Niganono, does not get any real value here, although a lot of people are low. Tamago is anti, throws his mines, and he's going to take out Nap Club and Orin. Only about 10 seconds left, and with both of those people down, this could end up going for Ramen Renegade. Ramen is going to be taken out, though, by Shatter 3K. Dog nanoed, but unfortunately taken out by Udon. Udon does go down to those mines, though. Ramen Renegade trying to stabilize here. Orin and Nap Club make it back, but both of them are taken out. Ramen Renegade hoping to stabilize, and it will happen. Ramen Renegade wins round 3. It is going to be 2-1 with Team Disconnect still in the lead.
Oh man, we're going to map 4.
Play of the game.
I don't know if I can handle this.
Whew.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to cast any more games today after this.
Oh man, this one has just been such a close game. Going to 99 for each map. You know, they're so evenly matched, and even though you see was it Paris, Kings Row, and Team Disconnect really showing off their strengths, right? Ramen Renegade has bounced back, right? Maybe they just needed kind of a warm up or whatnot, but they're showing the resiliency, right? Their scrappiness, and I want to see a map 5, right? I want to see it going to the next map 6, Legion Tower, and going the distance, maybe going to that last tiebreaker map.
Yeah, we could have the potential here, and what I really appreciate about Ramen Renegade here is they're not falling into a trap that I think that a lot of teams fall into, where you sort of see that things are rough and that you don't necessarily have the advantage. A lot of teams sort of tilt themselves out of oblivion and sort of, I guess, lose focus and sort of lose their ability to keep their head straight and play that. But they are able to sort of stabilize themselves. They're able to keep themselves from getting too tilted. And we can see that they keep that level head even throughout these really chaotic matchups. So this could serve them really well on Junkertown. I'm very excited to see us go to this next map of Junkertown. Koala, no, you are not going to be Kowalski Analysis. That's Tofu's job. You've asked sometimes, and I'm going to say no on stream and embarrass you. We do have some sort of pleas in chat to spam the weed pasta to help Ramen. Apparently they're shaking those hand warmers. Let's go. I am so ready. We are on Junkertown now.
This is another very likely bunker comp, protect the pirate ship kind of map. So, you'll see that Bastion come out. Maybe a double sniper.
Bastion v Bastion.
Oh, well, I don't know. Bastion v Bastion is just sitting there.
Anything can happen if you follow your dreams, Tofu.
Oh, man.
But we could also see, remember that Ramen Renegade had the really interesting flanks here. I wonder if they're going to pull out that Symmetra. Maybe not. But I have seen games where you have Symmetra teleporters that bring them onto the different platforms and sort of protect the precedent type composition that doesn't immediately go on the payload. You can use the Symmetra teleporter to literally teleport your bunker. There's somebody asking for a sextuple tank. It looks like Ramen Renegade may end up doing this. Oh, they're memeing. They have the Torben Symmetra and it's too good to be true.
Come on, bring out that sim.
Play sim, you cowards! They have a pretty standard bunker with a double sniper coming out from Ramen Renegade here. Or sorry, Team Disconnect. See, they're switching sides again. It's getting confusing. So we do get the Hanzo there for Sheep. You're welcome. We do get Hanzo on the side of Ramen Renegade as well. Carpe is playing Torb. We are so happy to see that, but his turret is taken out by Carpe. Or sorry, Carpe's turret taken out by Quinstory. See, I'm losing it. I'm losing it after all these matches. It's too chaotic. Now Dog is going to take out Foe here on that Sombra. So we're seeing a lot of poking, but not any real pushes here. We do have Team Disconnect very bunkered up, so they are going to have to be able to take those sight lines and sort of get around this bunker, but that's really hard with this double sniper, and it looks like poor Ramen is out of position, but is able to recover themselves without getting picked. Carpe on the Widow now, as he is known to do, sort of countering this double sniper here.
Well, that'll be a little bit difficult because of the Orisa shield. You know, maybe goats.
Shut up, Tofu. We don't need any more goats. Now, we did see a very clutch pick for Ramen Renegade, but unfortunately Quinn is just going to absolutely pop off and kill about 4 people. Foe is gonna get hooked! Oh, that was a disgusting hook from Dog there, but thankfully Foe is gonna be able to get out. Now, we do see the ball coming out here on this attack, sort of swinging themselves around. This is a very strange play here. There's a lot of chaos coming from Ramen Renegade, and Team Disconnect is doing a good job at playing against it. Carpe's on the Genji now.
And well, so this map, being map 4, it's probably very tiring, right, for the players. So just like us, you know, casting the map 4, I'm sure they're having their tough time too.
Yeah, and we can see that they're just playing so split right now. We sort of have a bunker, but not really. But Quinn is going to take out Ramen, which could potentially keep this from snowballing. Foe is going to go down as well. Quinn just taking out pretty much their entire team, stopping this push. They may be able to take out Tamago as well, especially now. Yes, and they do! Quinn just single-handedly
Quinn just killed the whole team.
literally the entire team out by themselves. That is just disgusting. So Ramen Renegade, unfortunately, although they had a lot of the picks there, Quinn is being largely uncontested and is obviously turning that aimbot on here. Oh my gosh, absolutely disgusting. And yes, as the chat sees, there is no score update here. Team Disconnect has 2, Ramen Renegade has 1 here. So Ramen Renegade does have to win this in order to keep Team Disconnect from winning this series. Now the dragons do come out, but they do not really get any value. No damage taken out for the side of Ramen Renegade. Huge EMP gets all 6 of them, and this is just going to be a massive snowball. Really good use of that ultimate there. But they are going to pop other ultimates as well. So they are not going to have any ultimates when they get the payload to the end here. And Team Disconnect probably could contest this here. They do have time, especially since there's only 2 on the cart right now. And it looks like they are going to contest here. The trance comes out to keep everybody up. Harasame goes down, and so does Udon. This is overtime now. They are going to have to keep themselves alive, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to. Overtime ticks away. Team Disconnect is going to essentially full hold them here. Really good defense by Team Disconnect. That was just disgusting. Quinn needs a lot of recognition here. They did an extremely good job literally carrying their team, honestly. Practically every elimination there was a headshot by Quinn. Pretty much saved them there because Ramen Renegade was going to be able to push that payload in. They killed practically all of Team Disconnect, and then they just got so many freaking headshots. Just disgusting.
That was just insane. You know, I'm kind of speechless. It's those big plays like that are hard to come by, right? And when you do see it, it's just mind-blowing how crazy good someone can be when they start popping off. And this happens to everyone, right? There's at least one time, multiple times actually, that'll happen. And in this series, everyone has had a chance to shine, really. So, you know, it was just a matter of time before another person pops off and makes plays like that. And to be fair, I don't think Ramen Renegade is out of the series yet. We know their resiliency. We know how scrappy they can be, and
We
you
know
know,
their
I
defense
believe
is definitely their strongest suit as well, especially with that Torm coming out. And it looks like they're taking a very aggressive push here. The turret is going to be over to the side to sort of put out damage and make it harder for them to get on the payload. All of them are going to be on the side though. That turret is taken out. They're looking for some picks here. Not going to be able to find any yet. Alright, Shatter 3K is going to go out by Carpe. This is going to potentially allow them to snowball this year and keep Team Disconnect. Carpe taking out Quinn. Big boot coming from Dog takes people into the air and makes it easier to secure kills. Dog just sort of rolling around here on that ball. Only Tamago and Udon and Carpe are left for the Ramen Renegade here for this defense, and they are taken out too. Carpe is the only one alive here. Carpe is going to have to back off and keep themselves in mech, which they will be able to do. Now Ramen Renegade will be able to recontest here, and we see that they are switching over to a 3-2-1 comp? No, 2-2-2. Just kidding. They're still on the 2-2-2 here. They do have an Ashe now. Harsame taken out by Nikinono. Really huge pick, especially since Harsame needs to build up that Transcendence. Orin does take out Carpe's neck, and Meteor strikes here. Not going to kill anybody, but Udon and Foe do go down here. Team Disconnect is getting so close to the end. They are going to take out Ramen. Only 2 left for Ramen Renegade here. 3 now that Harsame is back. Tamago and Harsame and Carpe just trying to stall this point out, but Tamago and Harsame are taken out. Carpe once again, the last one standing. Foe is back, but it is not going to be enough. Team Disconnect will push this payload in, and they will secure the series.
oh man, I think the really actually let's watch this, right? Let's watch this. There's one.
Just disgusting.
Oh man.
Absolutely disgusting.
That was insane. Though there were quite a few body shots. not gonna
Not to
complain about
criticize
that,
or anything, but
they did land all of their shots. So that is, I guess, marksmanship, right?
marksmanship.
Did not miss a single shot. Come on, that's 100% accuracy.
That was really, really good by Quinn. I am just so impressed with how Team Disconnect played here. All right, so let's sort of go as a play-by-play, I guess, for what happened here. And as we do that, I do want people in the chat to vote for their MVP. Right now we have a lot of ties in the polls, so we do need you to vote for your favorite. It can be either Ramen Renegade or Team Disconnect. Whichever player you think popped off the most here deserves your votes. Given the fact that we are going to have 2 MVPs, I believe we want to do 2 interviews as well here. Sort of talk to both of them. But for now, let's talk about this game. So what did we see here, Tofu? Give us the rundown.
Team Disconnect, they honestly, mechanically, they are insane, right? Showing, going back to that Widow play by Quinn, you know, all those dinks, all the, you know, that accuracy, right? And Nikinono's Reinhardt play, those counter shatters, blocking those shatters, and just playing more, I guess, patiently against Ramen Renegade. And, you know, just the team is just more synergistic, I feel. And going towards Ramen Renegade, they don't give up, right? They they just fought to the end, and the score may seem like it was lopsided, but honestly, Ramen Renegade put up a huge fight, bringing it to overtime every single time, making those clutch plays, right? Harusame on the soldier with the EMP tac visor, with the Baptiste on Paris defense, cleaning up one of the attacks when they literally had nothing left. Just making those big plays when they really needed it. And I want to say just kudos to Ramen Renegade. They did well.
They did. I absolutely loved watching these two teams play. It was much more evenly matched than the score shows. Ramen Renegade did take one map off of Team Disconnect, but Team Disconnect ultimately was victorious. But it was not an easy victory for them. It was down to the wire literally every map. This is one of the most exciting games of the series so far. So now that Team Disconnect got this victory, they are going to go against Antumbra at 6 p.m. Eastern. So that only gives them a little bit of time to take a break here. So kudos to them for sort of going against this team so soon after they won this match. Apparently on first point at one of the maps, everybody got shattered on Team Disconnect, and Nick yelled, "Mine is bigger." So we see a little bit of line.
A little bit of rivalry right there.
Oh my lord! All right.
One thing to say is that Ramen Renegade still is in the tournament.
Mhm.
Even after this loss, they'll be playing the Alaskan Anomalies after this.
Oh no.
next Friday at was it
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and I look forward to playing them because I'm on the Alaskan Anomalies.
I look forward to it, but I'm also a little bit terrified. All right, I'm going to try to get Team Disconnect in here for an interview right now in the casting lobby. We do not necessarily have them here.
Well, first off, why don't we name our caster MVPs?
All right. So I'm seeing the results of the poll right now. So why don't we do viewer MVP first so we can pick our second MVP off of the person that didn't win.
Sounds good.
All right. So for our viewer MVP, with 29% of the votes, which is huge given that there's 12 options, it is Quinstory13. As expected, especially with that popping off there on Junkertown, securing them the win here. So we are going to bring Quinn in here for an interview.
Actually, is Quinn?
He is. He's the different. Where is it? All right, hello, Quinn. You are on the air. You there? He's muted. Great interview.
Oh wait, the stream's delayed. Am I?
Oh no! Well,
yeah, I'm
hello.
young. Hi. Am I being interviewed right now?
You are MVP and you are being interviewed.
Yay!
You are our viewer MVP with 29% of the votes, probably still counting as people get their votes in. Honestly, likely because of that play on Junkertown. What were you feeling when you saw that this fight was probably lost, but then you started getting these picks?
Yeah, so during that fight, I saw my team was kind of feeding, right? Well, not really feeding, but like they're kind of getting gangbanged in the corner, and I saw that the Mercy was like way above everyone else and like completely vulnerable. So I venomed onto the water tower and I took out the Mercy, and then from there I just kind of clicked heads.
All right.
Just click heads, forehead.
Just click heads. You did a really good job clicking those heads. This sort of made it so your team was able to secure that first point hold. Honestly, without you guys popping off like that, I don't know if it would have been done. What are the sort of preparations that you guys do in order to be able to make these really important decisions on whether to keep fighting / feeding or to just back off and let them contest?
So what we did preparing for this match is we watched the entire VOD of Ramen Legends.
Okay.
And through that, we kind of got the Ramen Renegade's playstyle, and we kind of just played around it. And for the final map there, I usually play off support for my team, But like going into it, we were like, all right, it's Junkertown, and we need a Widow player, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And then I kind of just got to play DPS that map, and it was really refreshing.
Well, after this, they're probably gonna have to put you on DPS much more often. Safe to say you carried that last Junkertown, although your team also did do a very good job. I cannot be biased.
Yeah, the communication there was really good. After that, Nap, like the communication from her was really good. She told me to get closer, and like everything else was just really good for the communication.
Yeah, we could see that. Just the way the team moved as a unit, and capitalizing on all those out of position enemies, right? We saw you guys just go for it. So
Alright, one final question here. All right, so we're gonna have to go with a sort of a complicated question here. Sort of get some refreshing, make you stop talking about the game, start to get a sense of your personality. So this is important. Are you ready?
Okay.
Would you rather fight 100 horse-sized ducks or one duck-sized, or sorry, I've messed this up. Oh my gosh, I need caffeine. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
I would fight one horse-sized duck.
Do you think you can beat it up?
I mean, it's a duck, so.
Flawless logic. All right. Thank you so much for coming in for these scuffed interviews.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, and thank you for playing in the tournament. Really
Good
good
luck in your
job
match
today.
against, Ramen.
Oh, thank you. We need it. All right. So now we do need to talk about our caster MVP. Shut up, input. My first sort of instinct here is to, oh my god, I'm getting flamed. I'm gonna go caffeinate after this one before I have to do my next one. So my sort of first instinct here is actually on the side of Ramen Renegade. I'm thinking Udon with that Mei. They seem to be not only really, and just their general play style was just so much fun to watch, but their Mei on King's Row and on they were playing Mei on Ilias too, I believe, a little bit. Just disgusting.
There was just a lot of Mei going around.
It was disgusting.
I
did also like how they did have some instances where they were using their blizzards really, really carefully in order to not only secure kills, but also to sort of zone out the ability for Team Disconnect to follow up on things like shatters and barrages. So it was used very defensively.
That is true. I honestly, I believe I picked this person last time, but I really think Harusame is a very pog player. Just the Lucio play, and then going on to the soldier, that tracking and just making the big plays there was huge.
Mm-hmm.
But there were still everyone was popping off, right?
Yes.
I kind of want to lean towards Quinistry, but that's also some of my bias where Quinistry was playing some of that Ana, and like I saw those huge nades come out, right? Those huge sleep darts, and I'm just like, oh man, that's some good Ana play. But I think going back to it, Nikanono's Reinhardt was huge.
Yeah,
right? The main
that is
tanking
true.
there, and a lot of the times the shatters really won them the fights and swung that. So my MVP would go to Nikanono.
All right. I would honestly agree with that too. I think that Nikanono's tank play was just amazing. They were sort of integral because the main tank does make a lot of space for the rest of their team, and their aggression and their ability to sort of start those pushes. Like, they're one of those Reinhardts that goes in now and asks questions later.
Agreed.
And I think that was sort of the reason why Team Disconnect was able to take advantage of these engages and get a lot of value. So I would agree with that. We can probably sort of create that consensus there. Nikanono as caster MVP.
Do that.
right.
No, you are caster MVP. But
All
on a
right.
side note, I do believe Udon wanted to be interviewed, so a little bit of a Bant in MVP there. I think Udon does deserve that interview.
Yes. We do have time to interview both as well if we want to. We do have another hour and a half until the game starts. Do quick interviews for both of them.
Why don't we bring both of them in at the same time?
All right, let's do it. All right, welcome guys. You are our caster MVPs today.
Whoa.
So congratulations. Really great gameplay today. I am extremely impressed with both teams. Apparently we're trying to get some insights powered by Intel right now. But, whether you're high ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. Thanks, Input.
We do not sponsor anyone. We are not sponsored by anyone. That was just Bant.
Sponsor us, Intel, please. All right. So, first question for Nikanono. So, you were chosen as MVP mostly because of the fact that your Reinhardt is just absolutely insane with some crazy aggression. How do you balance sort of just the press W and N1 type mentality while also trying to sort of keep yourself alive for the sake of your team?
See, I kind of think of that second part last. I'm mostly about the aggression.
W.
Yeah. Just press W.
Yeah, I kind of wait till my health starts dropping to even think about playing safe. Because, I mean, if you're full health, you can't die forehead. So.
Until you die.
Until you die. But obviously you were getting a lot of kills before you did die, which is the aim of the game as an aggressive Reinhardt. Another question is, you did play main tank in a variety of comps. Which one is your favorite composition to play, either on main tank or potentially on the DPS or another role? So which comp is your favorite to play and why?
I'm happy at any time I can play Reinhardt. I'm what you call a Ryan enthusiast. My favorite character in the game. I love him to death. I love playing him. I love his lore. I just love everything about him. So whenever I can play Ryan, I'm happy.
Precision German engineering.
Exactly.
I love it. All right, and Unan. So you had a lot of flexibility when it came to this sort of map series. You had a lot of different heroes that you were flexing to. Which one of them is your favorite?
My favorite, I mean, I can't tell if you can't tell from my image, is Doomfist. He's by far the best character in the Overwatch game, personally.
Mm-hmm.
It's just his, like, in general, his fluidity,
Mm-hmm.
like in his combos, because he can punch and just one shot a lot of squishies, which is great pick potential, but then all of his other stuff can really get him out of a fight or get him into a fight, and he can be played in a wide variety of comps.
Mm-hmm. That is true, and you guys did get a lot of Doomfist play today, which is probably very much appreciated by Tantaku. No, he's sitting there grinning behind his muted mic.
Does he like Doomfist?
He's a Doomfist one trick.
He is a Doomfist one trick.
My heart. I love you.
So if you watch the VOD, you'll probably see that you're the only one being spectated the entire time.
I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I feel like Doomfist is fun to watch, but then again,
Doomfist, if you watch a really good Doomfist, he's so fluid and it's just really clean, right?
Yeah.
Just really fun to watch.
I know.
But I guess, sorry for interrupting, but a second thing I wanted to say was that your Mei was pretty awesome to watch too. Like just the Mei v Meis on both sides in King's Row. Like just the way that the walls were going up, sectioning off like that one person as they're backing up or engage. that was crazy. And then the blizzards too, right? Using it to defensively to protect each other from maybe the grab or burning off their defensive ults too. So that was fun.
I remember when I used to start playing Mei, I got yelled at a lot for my ults. Like I would press Q because I'm like, oh, it's the best time to do it. and it wasn't. And when I threw, and slowly I learned. I know, like, I think I've always been like kind of decent at walls. I don't know if they were like the best. I just know, like, I think the one wall that I can remember, I think that I did best on was when I sectioned off Zen from his team.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that and that was dirty.
I saw him in there. I'm like, what is he doing? He's gonna wait for trains. Boop, put that up, and I just saw him like just stare at me through the window. I was
the
giggling.
little
at that.
stare and the little wave.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, no, plays like that just really make the game kind of fun and sad at the same time. It's like it's bittersweet.
It's fun when you're not on the receiving end of it.
Of course.
And
Yeah,
to
I
sort
know.
of go off of that, so obviously your next match is going to be against Tofu and I on the Alaskan
Oh,
Anomalies.
really?
As if I'm not scared enough, what are some reasons why Tofu and I should be absolutely freaked out to play you guys?
Let's see. Well, if you get me on Doomfist, everything. Honestly, I don't know. It's just it depends on what we play and how you guys play against us. This is your second time casting our matches.
Yeah, I
And-
think so, yeah.
So you probably have a lot of insight on how our team plays.
Which makes us all the more scared, honestly.
Oh,
No, it'll be quite the game to watch. I'm very excited.
And
All right.
Nikonono, your next match is against Antumbra.
Mhm.
How are you
no.
feeling for that?
I'm gonna spend the next few hours preparing. Yeah. I've been a bit busy, so I didn't get to watch their games.
Mhm.
So I'm not really sure what to expect, but I'm not really worried. Our team's pretty good at adapting, and we're very flexible. So
That's true. We did see a lot of compositions coming out from you. Not only the goats, because obviously every single frickin' matchup is gonna have goats. But you do get to sort of flex on other heroes, and you have very good goats variants as well. And Tumbra is our they were champions last season, so they are the sort of the team to beat here. So I'm really excited to see how this matchup goes. Just sort of keep an eye out for, I guess their goats is probably one of the better goats on our server. Not sure what else Antumber is going to bring to the table, though. I know that they have been preparing. All right, Tart is like, oh, you poor boy. So I think that he's on Antumbra, so I think he's coming for you.
Well,
Alright.
we'll let the both of you go for now. We
Yes.
know Nikonono, you have that match coming up pretty soon, and
Mm-hmm.
for Udon, the both of you, this was probably a pretty grueling match because of just how long it was, how much scrappiness that both of you had to pull out. So I'm sure you guys need a little bit of a break.
yeah. Before I go, can I say a few things?
Yeah, go for it.
Team Disconnect, you guys did amazing. Tying it up was just like tough in general, and you really gave us a run for our money. And thank you for the MVP, by the way.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for competing in our tournament. So glad to have you both. I've talked to both of your teams a lot these past couple of days, and y'all are amazing and great sportsmen, and we love having you on the server. We are going to have a couple of nail biters coming up, so we are going to let you guys go, so you're going to be able to prepare and get some rest. And honestly, Tofu and I need a rest as well. We are both dying. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in to this match on Watchpoint Alpha. We will have our next match at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific, so about an hour and 15 minutes against Antumbra with Team Disconnect. Going to be a huge nail biter. Very excited to see it. Make sure that you tune in, watch it happen. We will be back, Tofu and I, to cast this match. So come for us because we are your favorites. And for those of you that are not going to be joining us, you all have a great day and we will see you next time.
fantasy.